2 outs, 2 strikes here for J.R. Nelson. Ben Beering needs 1 more. And the Rivets walk away with a W on opening day. Fans get into it. Let's hear it. Strike 3 swinging! Crossbow into the air. He'll send them home happy. It's an opening day win for the Rivets.
On opening night of 2026, the 2-2. Breaking ball on the outside corner, got him looking. Ball game. The Richmond 3-1. Decking up, pops it up. Right side, back is Seymour. He's got it. And the Richmond Flying Mummies hang on.
5-5, bases loaded for the Flying Mummies. Horton, another pitch on the 1-2. Horton gets contact into center field. The catch is made by Arsic. Fry is heading home. The throw to the plate.
It's a wrap for the Mummies.
There. The Richmond Flying Mummies have walked it off in the bottom of the 10th.
Looked like it spiked about 5 feet in front of the plate, but still Beering a strike away. He brings it. Got him looking. Fastball at the knees at 93, and that does it.
This is my 3rd year with Kenosha Kingfish, and I absolutely love coaching here. It's such a wonderful environment. Everyone from ownership, management, front office, and all the fans that come and support the Kingfish makes this experience so worthwhile. And obviously the best part for me is getting to work with these young men coming from all over the country. Yeah, I think starting 3-9, obviously the temperature of the clubhouse was a little low, but there was always a flame. It was always very consistent, and we started 1-6. It was really at 2-8 that I think things really changed. We had that walk-off, and that propelled us to 3-8 at the time. And yes, we lost the next game, but you could feel that there was a momentum change and that offensively we're going to come around. I thought on the mound we were pretty solid from the get-go. Defensively a little shaky, and at the plate just not getting the big hit when we needed it. But like I said, we were consistent and with our efforts, and even told the guys we'd have early work, which we still have early work every day when it's available, and just told the guys the fruits of your labors are going to show in maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. Just stick to the process, have a lot of fun, and we're going to be just fine.
I just remember losing 2 straight to Royal Oak, especially the second game. It was a day game, and it was a really close game. There were just minor things here and there that could have changed the game, and we got walked off. And I think at that moment, that was like our 4th game, and the team morale was so great, but it was kind of just like, dang, like we just got walked off, and it's only like the 4th game in the season. But everyone was like pretty confident in ourselves and our abilities. I think Worsh was getting on us. I think that some of us were becoming lackadaisical and lazy on the field, whether it be during BP, maybe being a little selfish and not helping the team, like whether it be shagging balls or whatever that may be. But we just were just showing up to the field.
Every day is a new day, and baseball teaches you that in the best of ways. You can win by 10 runs one day and lose by 10 runs the next day. You just never know what's going to happen when you show up to the field. The only thing you can control is your attitude and effort.
Happy Saturday here from Kenosha, as it's the first of a 2-game set. The Richmond Flying Mummies just a half game back of first place in the Great Lakes East, looking to continue on that trend upward And the Kenosha Kingfish coming off of a series split with the Rockford Rivets right here at home, looking to continue to get back on the right track at 3-9.
I think the specific thing that was said was when we had lost, I think it was 16-12 to Rockford to drop to 3-9. I think the main thing I said was, hey guys, offense is coming around. We're due every once in a while for not a great pitching performance. And
good life on his fastball. 2-2. Broken bat, but that's up the middle for a base hit. This field, they've left on 10 or more runners. Breaking ball hit to third, and it's under the glove of Fay. Brandt scores, Fritsch gets the wave. He'll score on his own. Sanchez, back still loaded. Down the line and left, it's a fair ball just inside the line, and it rolls into the corner. Nelson's home. Here comes Brandt. Stop sign is on at third for Fritsch. Out of the line, Sobel brings the 0-2. Called strike 3. And now the 2-2 from Sobel. Got him swinging. 0-2, wave and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Broken bat, one hopper to third, fade to first, and the throw is offline. Down the line and right, Fritsch will score. Here comes Sanchez. First time he's seen Chambers. The 0-2 again. Swing and a miss. Chambers gets Scheinman to go all the way around, and that's your ball game. And the Kingfish have exorcised the demons against Richmond.
it happened, and maybe some things didn't go our way. Ball didn't bounce our way that game. I know some calls didn't go our way, but we were just very resilient, and I was very proud of how we stuck in that game, and we never really gave up. And I don't think in any game this year we've ever been out of it, because we've never given up.
So going into that June 6th and 7th two-game set against Richmond, a lot of people may forget that we were 0-4 to start against the Flying Mummies this summer, including getting walked off in a heartbreaker at their place a couple series before, 6-5 on a sac fly. And maybe that had our mentality kind of spiraling a little bit of, we're 0-4 against these guys, you know, they feel like Superman. We can't find a kryptonite for them, but lo and behold, we found some magic on that June night. I remember vividly during the 5th inning, a couple of young gentlemen down that left field line start to get a little rowdy, and that was fun. Obviously, the whole tarps off thing had become huge in St. Louis a couple months before, early in the MLB season, so it was kind of a trend that was going around a ton of different ballparks at all different levels. I didn't really expect it to take shape here in Kenosha, but that was pretty cool to see two different tarps off crews kind of going at it down the left and right field lines, and then they all got together down the left field line just outside the Richmond bullpen. But we dominated that game. An 8-1 win, and then the next day we come back and we sweep them.
Against 24 total men. Nelson, hard hit under the glove of Fry at third. On the ground to second, should get the run home. 4-6, no turn. And the Kingfish cut into the deficit. 0-1 to Essex. Is right back up the middle, base hit. Here comes Brewer around third. No throw to the plate from DeBoski. First pitch, grounded to second. Biddle only plays to first. He throws out Brandt, but we're tied at 4-all. Down the line at third. Fry comes home with it, and he hits the runner, Snyder. Snyder is safe. Pasture has what he likes out of the line. Taps to a leaping Pasture, who throws to first. Bennett came off the bag, now coming home, decking he slides in safely.
At that moment, it was, hey guys, you're part of this team. We're starting to find our footing, and you're gonna help us do this. And it's not some showcase, it's not, trying to find a school in the portal. there's elements to that, but at the same point, you're here to play baseball and enjoy playing baseball.
And you could see the team really start to
On
gel
the
together.
ground, right side, knocked down by a diving service, but hammers it down the line and right. Back goes Zielinski at the 2-2 again. Landris goes the other way through the right side, base hit. And Domenico gets the wave around third. Here's the throw from Zielinski on a hop.
I think as we kept going, we started to know our roles on the team. But once we got rolling, it was just full steam ahead.
Nelson, a high towering fly ball down the line and left towards the Bambino. Leaping at the wall, it is gone! The 0-2. Swing and a miss!
On 2-2. This one gonna get away from Rather. Trying to come home is Landris. The throw and tag is not in time. Here on 2-2. This one a bouncing ball. Gets by service and into right field. In to score is 1 and now 2 as going first to third.
Brewer into left center. It is down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Sanchez getting the wave. He is home. Belts it high and deep out to right. Stonehouse looks up at the wall. It is gone. Right on cue, Cole Ide.
How do you keep these guys composed and focused, especially with a group that hasn't been together for all too long, to stay in it to try and clinch a playoff spot?
Yeah, there's 15 games left in this first half, and our goal is to win every single one. And, you know, baseball doesn't work that way, but, you know, when you got a good cohesive team, a good unit, you're going to add a couple guys. You're going to lose some guys you don't want to lose for whatever reason, and you just have to stay consistent and get guys to buy into this is a wonderful place to play. 3,000 fans, we're all here tonight, and that's what we expect, and they expect greatness from us.
Green Bay and remain in contention, and that's a high deep drive to right field, make it a 5-run lead. Dawson Downs delivers, and the Kingfish now lead it 7-2.
Just explain, what's the word? What's a good word for that?
Unexpected. But if I were to give you I would just say, I want to say loose because the guys were playing more loose, but I don't want to say loose. I want to say explosive.
People always ask me, like, what do you do? And it's hard to define, man. I do something new every day, which is why I love my job. I define my job as 2 different seasons. Obviously, off season, I'm focused on sales, ticket sales, advertising sales, all our promotions, marketing materials, and then during the season, I'm just an ops guy, and I kind of walk around and try to manage everything, but it's obviously a little crazy with how much stuff we have going on, but a lot of food and beverage details, and then, you know, making sure the stadium looks good. I really was not worried. I'm like, it just takes 1 good win streak. Just like in MLB, man, I always say that. Like, it's just 1 good streak, and you're right back in this thing, and sure enough, they did it. Yeah, plenty of comments from fans and the Joe fans that, hey, you know you can get a bigger lead off third. Like, just like stupid stuff like that, or like, hey, tell Aiden to send guys. And I just, you know, I've always left the coaching to the coaches, no matter who it is.
It was kind of like we were submerged below water for such a long time. And Kingfish, you know, they thrive underwater and under pressure. And, but as human beings and as real people playing baseball, we definitely felt as though there was a big burst of just energy and getting a deep inhale and exhale once we surpassed the 500 mark. And the goal from that moment was never to sink below that again. And I don't believe we did. And it's just one of those things where you look at the team and you say, we got this.
And welcome back to Honor Credit Union Stadium as the Kalamazoo Growlers and Kenosha Kingfish face off for the first time.
Another member of the Kenosha squad that has over 1,000 OPS. For him, it's 1.134, and Downs ropes this ball into right. Algarin on the track will leap up, and it's over his head. A 3-run blast in the first for Dawson Downs, and the Kingfish have an early lead. He will bat third in the bottom of this inning. And Domenico high in the air into right. Algarin back on the track, and in Domenico has another. Is 3-2 from the stretch. Lined into left field for a base hit. It's 6-1 Kingfish. 3-1 pitch from Pudlow. Gould lines this one into left center field. 0-1 from Brannon. Lined over the glove of Francino. 1 run scores. Downs off second will get the wave. Going towards third is Brant. He'll get the stop sign. 2 games of one another. Chopper right side. Reynolds charging on. Gets his first call of the night, and it gets under his glove. 1 run scores. Now moving to third is Moore, and staying put is Nelson. Would be a franchise record. Downs a deep drive into right as Algarin moving back, and he breaks the record. 24 runs in a game, the most in Kingfish history. And who else but number 24 with RBIs 7, 8, 9, and 10. A grand slam for Dawson Downs in the 8th.
You guys made your franchise record tonight, but your overall record, as it seemed, you guys started out so slow, and now you've come out of the gate. You've been ballistic over these last few games. You scored 24 runs tonight. Not many teams can go 3-9 in the first third of the first half and be a game and a half back at this point. What's going on in the dugout? What is it with these guys?
I think we're very loose. I think it starts with the coaching staff. I think we've assembled some really good coaches, and they've been loose. They're young. I mean, 2 of them just graduated a couple weeks ago. One was playing with us last year, and I think when you bring in those young guys on the coaching staff that can be really, player-oriented, it translates all the way down. And I think everyone knows that we really enjoy having them here with us, and we know that we have a special group, and we have now 7 games left to make the most of it.
Half a game back of the Growlers. If Kenosha wins, all 3 teams, Kenosha, Kalamazoo, and Traverse City, as Moore takes one on the back door, 3-2. All 3 of those teams would be within half a game at the top of the division with 6 games remaining in the first half. If Kalamazoo wins, they will maintain their 1-game lead on Traverse City. 3-2. Moore, chopper, first base side. It's through for a base hit, and the Kingfish are on the board to open up the 10th. Bottom of the 10th inning, and Nick Heitman, who wiggled out of a jam in the top or the bottom of the 9th, will try to wiggle out of a jam in the bottom of the 10th. Teddy Tokheim heads out to second for the Growlers. He is the place runner as Chance, Francino, and Morton come out here in the 10th. Swings away, chops it to the right side. Second baseman Snyder flips to Nelson. There's one. Throw to first. 4-6-3 double play. And the Kalamazoo Growlers are down to their final out. Trying to win his team the ball game. 1-2 pitch. Morton swings and misses. Nick Heitman works himself out of trouble twice. And the Kingfish finish an emotional roller coaster on top and are half a game back of the Great Lakes East.
Talked a little bit yesterday about how you guys have come all the way back from 3-9 to here. You've come all the way back to half a game back to the division. And now you get to go home. You get to play in front of your home fans, sleep in your own bed. How excited are you? Same team, 2 more dates over the next 2 days, but you get to be home to do it.
No, it's huge. We end our first half on a 6-game homestand. We have everything lined up. We put ourselves in a great position to win this thing, and Kalamazoo is a great team. To take both here is wonderful. The goal is kind of on this road trip to split even, and in some ways we did, but in others I feel like the momentum that we've gained from this road trip is just going to propel us and launch us into this big homestand ahead and a half.
And that win, I got a text from Ryan saying that was probably the biggest win he's ever seen in his Kenosha Kingfish history.
That is up the middle, base hit. Snyder gets the wave from third. There won't be a throw to the plate, and it's 1-0 Kenosha. Algarin now goes after the first pitch, laces it towards the gap in left center. That's down, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Here comes Sell steaming around third. There won't be a relay in. Up to third goes Algarin. But he came off the bag at third, and he's out. Is loaded of growlers. 1-2. Chopper to third. In comes Downs. He goes to first. It's a low throw that gets away from Snyder. One run is home. Here comes Campbell. He's in, and now runners on the corners. 1-2. Shattered bat. This is going to be a tough play on the run for Sullivan, and he got him. Tying run 180 feet away in the form of Will Matuzek. The 2-2. Ground ball towards the middle. DeGote Fields to first, and that does it. The Kalamazoo Growlers. Rich back towards the middle, and it's past a diving Reynolds. Rounding third and heading home is Gold. He comes in to score. He stands in again here in the third. Algarin goes from first. This is in the air. Nowak settles under it and right. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Campbell. Throw to the plate on a hop is not in time. The pitch. Taking all the way is Deckinga, and that misses low. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that drives home Downs. Essex takes off again as this is lined down the right field line. Base hit into the corner. Essex flying around third. He will score, and we are tied. To home. That crossed up the catcher Morton, and it allows Moore to go to third. They can't find the ball. Here comes Ethan. He scores, and the Kingfish. That gets away from Morton. Here comes Gold, and we are tied. This is driven high and deep to left, way back, and when this ball comes down, the Growlers have the lead. A mammoth blast from Mitchell Morton out of the 9-hole, and it's 7-5 Kalamazoo in the 10th. Ghost runner in effect here in the Northwoods League for extra innings. To short, this could do it. Sullivan to first. The Kalamazoo Growlers salvage a 4.
So coming back from that Kalamazoo series on the road in Michigan, we were feeling good. We win 2 really tight ball games there to only get a half game out of first. We're like, okay, we're feeling good. But then they come to our place for another 2, and we lose 2 really tough ball games, including 1 in extras, and getting swept kind of felt like the life was sucked out of us. Like, that was hard because we put ourselves in a really tough position for the last 4 games of that half. We basically had to win out, and then we needed some help from both Traverse City and Kalamazoo.
I kind of just knew the way this league works. I've been around it plenty of times, and this is why I love the league. Pressure was put on Kalamazoo. Whether they would admit that or not, Cody would say, yeah, the pressure was totally on us, and we were just playing with house money, like whatever. And Todd, the Traverse City coach, same thing. He knew going into the night that they had to win to get in, and that sometimes is intimidating to players, and it's really good for them to experience that. And I think that's what they can take back to their coaches at college and say, I was in huge situations.
It was a little frustrating because I think after that second loss, I remember I was driving back and I was just upset. And usually winning, losing, try to stay this consistent and the same person, but I drove around town a little bit because I needed to kind of blow that one off and to come all the way back. It's like that saying, we didn't come this far just to come this far, and it felt like when we lost that second game to Kalamazoo, it was just like, man, we need a little help now. That we were controlling our destiny at that point, but now we need a little help. And we were banking on Royal Oak to beat Kalamazoo twice. That didn't happen, so they were 1-1 against Royal Oak, and then it came down to Kalamazoo having to lose both games against the Chinooks, our fellow fish brethren up north. And Same time though, it didn't matter. We needed to take care of business against Battle Creek.
The stretch of the first half continues in Kenosha, where the Battle Creek Battle Jacks make their first trip to Simmons Field this season for game 1 of a 2-game set with the Kingfish. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. Glad you can join us. I'm Dominic Liacani. Kenosha had a chance to make a major move this week after taking the first 2 games of a 4-game set against Kalamazoo on the road. But the Growlers responded in a big way here at Simmons for a couple straight victories to salvage a split. Now the window to chase down a Great Lakes East first half championship becomes even tighter. Taking a look at the Great Lakes Division standings in the East, Kalamazoo and Traverse City both created more separation last night. The Growlers and Pit Spitters are both 20-12, with Traverse City holding first place on the tiebreaker. Kenosha now sits 2.5 games back. Smoked right back up the box, base hit. But Tuzak scores, stopping at third. That smoked right off the pitcher, Kohlhoff, who fields to first. This is Brendan Thompson, who doubled his first time up. First pitch swinging, he drives it way back into left, forget it. Goodbye. And on the first pitch of the third, Thompson sends it out of here. Driven in the air to left, Ide goes back at the wall. It is off the base of the short wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Moses to the plate, and the Battle Jacks have taken. That's into right, base hit. Getting the wave around third is Stedman. The throw from Nowak on a hop is not in time. 1-1. Or that is off the pitcher. He can't find it. Everybody's safe, and we are tied. That's low. A run comes home. An RBI walk for Remo Indomenico. The 2-0 is in there. Crowd chants, "Let's go Fritch." Well, the Kingfish wanted a balk called on boot ends. They won't get it. 2-1 here to Fritch. Ripped into left. Base hit. Fish win. Brendan Fritch walks it off in the 9th.
The final 3 days of the half were kind of a whirlwind because so many things had to happen for us to even put ourselves in a position to win the first half. Because we had technically played 1 less game than everybody else, there was no way we could tie for first or be in any tiebreaker scenarios. We were either going to win this thing or we were going to finish a half game or a game and a half short.
Standings in the East, Kenosha did gain ground on Kalamazoo last night, but Traverse City still holds first place at 20-12. The Growlers sit a half game back at 20-13, while Kenosha is 2 games out at 18-14 with just 3 games left in the first half. 0-1. Runner ticks up from first. This is served down the line and right. It is a fair ball rolling towards the corner, and Battle Creek gets on the board first. Another runner getting set, and the throw misses the cutoff. The 1-2 offering. Down the line at third. That's inside the bag, a fair ball. Another run trots home as Larrigan is in. Steaming towards second. Left side under the glove of Nelson into left. Here comes Larrigan around third. Fritch's throw from left is late. Fritch taps it over the mound, off of the glove of a leaping Willier. There's no play. Everybody's safe. The 3-1 is low. Another run comes home. It's an RBI walk for Brandt as Nowak scores. Now this pitch is belted high and deep to right. Forget about it. Goodbye, Fish lead. Right side, through base hit past the diving Larrigan. Nowak has 4 hits. Good hitters count still for down. Down the first baseline, fair ball. Into the corner. Here comes Nowak. He is home. Downs into second.
Speaking of, it all comes down to this in the first half. I asked you yesterday, what's your message to these guys now for the final 2 games?
Message is win every day, and that's what it's been, and we're going to stick to it.
Skip, appreciate you. Congratulations on this one. Go enjoy it.
Thank you, Don.
Kalamazoo obviously was going up to Mequon for a big 2-game series against the red-hot then Lakeshore Chinooks. And we needed some help from Lakeshore, and then obviously with Traverse City coming into town for the last 2 games, all they really needed to do was one game and they're in. And we know how good of a team they are, not only in the first half, but they're usually a second half organization. So if there's a time to win a half in this Great Lakes East, it's in the first. If you want to feel good about where you are during your season, you want to clinch a first half playoff spot.
And it was so gratifying knowing that we were going into the Traverse City series just needing to win both those games and needing a little help from the Chinooks.
Against any team we've played so far, really, we've known that we have the ability to beat them, and quite frankly, that's just how baseball works too. Is like you never know what can happen, and whether it be good or bad. And I think we knew that we've done everything right. I mean, I believe in the baseball gods. Like, the baseball gods were with us. We had good karma going in, and it takes a little bit of luck, but it takes a little bit of skill, and I think we definitely used all of our skill.
And right before that last series of the summer that we played against Traverse City, if you were to ask me to put a percentage on what I thought our odds were to win the first half, I probably would have put it under 20%.
Kenosha swept the first series here against Traverse City on June the 15th and 16th. 1-1 is a towering fly ball to deep right. Rich goes back towards the Bambino, leaping at the wall, and it's out of here! A leadoff home run for Jake Kuharczyk in our first Bambino ball of the summer. On-base machine this summer. Ground ball right side, this should get the run home. Grant goes to first, but the Kingfish have tied it. 1-2, this is fly towards the gap in left center. S6 on a dive! He got it! Oh, what a play! 2-2. Downs, down the line and left. Over is Garrick. This is a fair ball! Inside the line, and it hops over the wall. It's a Fritch into right. That sends Carlson back. It's over his head and all the way to the wall. Downs is home. Fritch slides into second. At the track, right in front of the wall, he makes the catch and almost goes flying into the... Fritch, broken back liner, left center, it's down. Another run comes home. This is a broken bat, flare into center, it's down. Downs gets the way from third. The throw from center is late. Kingfish on this rainy Sunday from Kenosha. It all comes down to tomorrow.
In the regular season, obviously, nothing completely in your control tomorrow. Still need to wait on Kalamazoo's result, but what's the approach heading into tomorrow in the final day of the first half?
Win every single day is what we've been saying, and so today, tomorrow, we got one big one tomorrow, but we're not going to change a thing. We're going to keep having fun, stick to the process, and hopefully our buddies up north, the other fish, can come up big against the Growlers again. That'd be great, but we can focus and control what we control, and we'll win tomorrow.
Aiden, appreciate you as always. Go enjoy this one. We'll see you for a big finale tomorrow.
Thanks, Dom.
Again, we're used to being behind. We're used to being underwater. We're used to being 3-9, and to be able to come back in that game was exceptional. And Weber threw 6 innings to close out the game, essentially. And we knew going into that next day, all right, we control our destiny. We don't even care what Chinooks do, even though we needed them to beat Kalamazoo. It didn't matter because it was a foregone conclusion. We were winning the division. And after that Traverse City game, Owen Nowak is sitting in the clubhouse eating some hot dogs. He ate a lot of hot dogs after most games, but on that night, I'm just sitting here in the clubhouse and he's eating hot dogs like, we're getting it done, Wersh. We're getting it done. Boys are going to get it done. And I believe Owen when he says stuff like that. And you can see the fire in all the guys' eyes, and everyone was just excited knowing that tomorrow there's a chance to do something incredibly special and win a championship.
Picking up the win. The stage is set. Up next, it's the first half finale between the Pit Spitters and the Kingfish with a playoff spot on the line here on Flow Sports. Taking a look at the Great Lakes Division standings in the East, Traverse City still holds that tiebreaker over Kalamazoo, with both teams at 21-14 at the top. Kenosha is just a half game back. All Traverse City needs to do is win tonight, while Kenosha needs a win and some help from Lakeshore. The 0-1 pitch. And to right, that's a base hit. Jake Kaharchek comes home of looping curveballs like that. Gold on the ground, left side, that's through. Nelson trots home, and it's a one-run ball game here. Sander rips the first pitch down the line and right. If it's a fair ball, it's gone. It is a fair ball home run. And with one swing of the bat, we are tied at 3 apiece. Gold in the air to left. That sends Kaharchek back. He's at the fishbowl leaping, and that ball is gone. Next offering of more is a breaking ball lined into center, and it falls in front of Velasquez for a 2-out knock. To Brian Gold, that was the only damage of that inning. Broken back grounder, softly hit towards the middle from shallow center. Sanders' throw is late. Gold sprays it deep into center. Velasquez on the move back, and he won't get there. That's down and all the way to the wall. Gold grounding second, thinking about 3. The relay is late, and it gets over the head of the third baseman, Guerra, and out of play. Gold will score on a Little League homer. Into center. Essex back, still back. And on a leap, he's got it! Into a dive, he makes the play. This is his 18th game he's played at the dish, but a .444 hitter entering the evening. Gold in the air to center. Velasquez to his left, drops the baseball. He lost. 3-2 pitch. That's into right center. It is caught by Carlson on the move. Tagging from third, Nelson. The throw goes towards third. Gold is in there, standing in on zone. 1-2 is lined right back up the box. Deckingo with a leadoff single. Flyouts and a strikeout to his name. Waits on a breaking ball. This is up the middle, base hit. Essex flying around third. The throw from center, and Garrick is not in time.
This is a really funny moment. Aaron, who has been a fantastic clubhouse manager, and he also does the track man in the dugouts. And we're in a very key situation in the 9th inning. We're letting Ian Fisher kind of finish it. I turned to Jordan, like, Ian's gonna finish this. And Jordan's like, all right. And I'm like, well, we'll have Satara ready. He's like, yeah, Satara will be ready. And we have full confidence in Satara, but I just felt like, yeah, Ian's got this. He's gonna finish it. And then he's starting to fatigue a little bit. They have a runner for sure on second base. They may have even had runners on second and third. And it's a 7-4 ball game in the 9th inning with 1 out. And Jordan says, I'm just gonna go talk with him. I'm like, okay, sounds good. I was like, man, I kind of feel like we should make a move, maybe we shouldn't. And then I say to myself, but also somewhat to Aaron, who I know is always listening, like, all right, this will be his last batter. This will be his last batter. And then I turned to Aaron, like, yeah, this will be his last. I was like, yeah, that's a great choice, because Sanders, he's, he swings a lot of breaking ball, and it's a good choice. I'm like, oh shoot, you're right. I looked down at my clipboard and I realized that he's that batter, and I'm like, Jordan, make the change. I'm shouting, Jordan, make the change, make the change. And Jordan just caught off guard. He's like, oh, okay. He makes the change, and then Aaron goes, no, he's the guy on deck. And I'm like, oh, so it was right that was going to be his last batter. He's going to face the guy on deck who swings at breaking balls, and it's, oh no. And so Aaron and I start kind of freaking out a little bit. I start pacing around. I was like, oh no, no, no. And Sataro's coming in. And Aaron, who is about an even keel of person you can see, is just kind of rocking back and forth and saying some things I've never heard him say before. And Jordan comes back in the dugout, and as he's coming back, right before he comes back in the dugout, I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. And again, I'm not looking at Aaron, but I'm saying it hopefully that he can hear it. That again, I'm talking to myself, and I'm also talking like, it's okay, it's all right, it's gonna be fine, we're good. Meanwhile, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, but Jordan comes in and she's like, you good? I'm like, yeah. No, we're good, we're good, we're good. Yeah, just fine. And Jordan assumes his position and is getting ready to track the velocities, and we're all very excited. We know we got this, and maybe at that moment, I don't quite know we have it because there is the fault in our substitution, but overall, when Satara struck out that first batter, Aaron and I took a big sigh of relief.
3-1 at the bottom of the zone, and Traverse City is now down to its final strike this evening. This crowd of over 14,500 get into it.
So for this to be my third full season in a full-time play-by-play role with the summer team I work for this to be the first year that I get to be behind the mic to call such a special moment, you know, a Great Lakes East first half crown, a championship moment that sends this team into the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, it's truly something I will never forget.
Here comes the biggest pitch of the night. The full count deal. Got him looking! They've done it! From 3-9 to on top of the Great Lakes East. Kenosha, you've waited 8 years too long. For the first time since 2018, the Kenosha Kingfish are headed back to the Northwoods League playoffs. The Fish are Great Lakes East first half champions.
Just the exultation, the joy, the celebration that commenced when Satara struck out that last batter on a breaking ball, and it was just marvelous to see. And
it was cool to be a part of something bigger than me. It was cool to be a part of something that meant so much to this franchise, to the people in this community, and to the people who have been day ones around here since opening day in 2014.
You know, first person I hug is Jordan, who's right there. And, you know, we started in Waterloo together. He was a player there, and I was a coach there my first year. The infancy of my coaching career was literally my first position ever, and kind of full circle moment to be able to give him a hug, first one, and then shake Zach Dubel's hand, go crazy, give him a hug too, Dahlberg, and then I take an extra special moment with Aaron, who's extremely fired up, and he's like, yeah! And it was marvelous. I'm like, great call, and he's like, oh, I don't know, and I was like, no, wonderful.
Friends, but it was awesome. I was happy for the players. You know, they work really hard. This is a grind. At the end of the day, they're not going to care about this as much as they care about their college. I get that. But I always say, winning is part of development. So you came here to develop as a baseball player. You came here to learn how to maybe hit better, pitch better, whatever it is. But you have to learn to win. And they learned to win. And all the guys contributed in whatever fashion their role was. They did it excellent. And
I just really wanted the win for him as well. And even Kenosha, it's such a small town, and I've really kind of seen what it's like, how much they care for us, and that knowing that kind of care really motivated me and kind of pushed me in those last two days to just come through and have a positive mindset and know that the fans are here for us, and I'm going to do my job, whatever that may be.
And winning this championship means everything to this community. It means everything to everyone who's worked here and put so much time and effort into making this place better each and every single day. And that's really all you can control, is the everyday. And if you can make each day your masterpiece, which is John Wooden quote I live by, and I think if you try to pursue every day and make it better, not just for yourself, but make it a masterpiece for everyone around you. And I think that the community and the way they support the Kingfish is singular, it's special, it's something you don't find all the time. and it's something to really never take for granted. And so when we win that championship, definitely you look around the players and the coaches who are right in front of you, and you take a second and look at the crowd, and you can hear them just so happy and the exultation. And I think that overall, like, we looked at the host families too, because without everything the host families do, and they sit right above us, I mean, that's very meaningful.
People here call me Unc. I'm the old guy, right? Like, I'm 23, but I love what I do. I keep coming back to summer baseball because I love watching and working with college baseball players, right? Like, these guys are probably one of the freshest breaths of air that we still have left in our game. Because a lot of these guys, especially from the non-D1 levels, aren't getting paid the big NIL money that a lot of these superstars at the highest level are. They're playing this game because they want to grind, they want to get to that level, but they love the game of baseball. And that's what keeps me coming back to summer collegiate baseball.
Just everything special. And when you really take the time and find all the little grains of sand on the beach that make a pearl over time in the mouth of a clam, that just makes the pearl more special. It's not just the result, it's everything that it took. And this community has put so much into it. And in my brief time here, in 3 years, we have the new ownership, Bill Fanning and Mike, and everything that they've done in coordinating with the city and all the financial stuff and giving us turf and a new turtle, everything that we could possibly need to have success on the field. And I think that is just indicative of the community wanting us to succeed.